Can you hear me now? There we go. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the coffee stream. Today I'm joined by As the Raven Dreams.
Oh, sorry. You were waiting for me to say something. Hi.
And Patience.
Hello.
I fixed your guys' mic before I fixed my own first. I hit the wrong thing.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah, I must have had an update and it kicked out my things again. I hate when it does that. Every time it does that, I'm like, really? Come on, guys. Stop kicking out my stuff. Good morning, everyone.
It's Streamlabs and changes it over to like the string of characters or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly what it did.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, every time it does that, I'm like, come on, stop doing it, please.
And then it does it the next time.
Yeah, well,
and then the next time, and the next time.
It really does it like, I think every 6 months for me. Like, it doesn't happen terribly often.
No,
But
I don't know.
And again, I haven't been streaming very much lately, so.
It seems like it happens at the most inconvenient times.
Yeah,
and I'm here, so of course it would have technical issues.
I mean, the simplest technical issues to fix, though. I mean, I've had worse.
Yes.
I've had much worse.
I'm just saying, like, you know me. I always bring
the chaos.
Yeah.
The brokenness, the chaos, the oh fuck, why is this not working again thing.
Yes.
Welcome, Max Pella. Real quick, I want to say good morning, Sydney. Good morning, Zhang. Good morning, Dark Little Voices. And that is everyone in the coffee stream chats. Good morning, everyone.
Yes,
I'm very tired.
Good morning.
I'm sorry that you're tired.
I shouldn't be tired. I got 8 hours of sleep last night, but I'm still like, I could use more sleep.
Have you tried not being tired?
I did. I even drank an energy drink to fix it. It didn't work.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I legit tried to fix it. Actually, I found an energy drink. So we drink G subs at work, at home, at work. And I actually found a Monster that I like. It's like a tea flavored one. I was like, this is actually pretty good. I drank the whole thing. I was like, that was really fast. That's dangerous. Do not buy this unless you really need it again.
Yeah.
There was Pipeline, I think is what the flavor was called. It was actually really good. I was quite shocked.
I think I've heard of that.
I could not tell you what the actual flavor is because it does not tell you on the can.
Gotcha.
But it's kind of a fruity flavor.
So I haven't had coffee since January. That's not a joke. That's not exaggeration. We have not had coffee since January.
Neither one of you?
Nope.
Nope.
How are you surviving? I'd be dead.
Are you kidding me? Could you tell her that my shit just broke, please?
I heard that.
You're back.
I'm back?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what's up. Like, I don't know if it's my Vocaster or something, but something is breaking. It happened last night, too. I was recording, and then, like, it just stopped, and everything went silent.
That's your mic, right?
No, my Vocaster is my preamp.
Oh.
I bought a brand new one.
Really?
I had the Scarlet, and I bought the Vocaster because it's the same brand, but it's a little simpler. And it's like having random issues. I don't know why it's... neither here nor there. Anyways, yeah, haven't had coffee. We replaced our caffeine addiction with a caffeine addiction, just not coffee.
What's the new caffeine addiction?
Started drinking G Fuel.
Oh, see, I would actually recommend what we're drinking, which is better than G Fuel.
Explain.
It's less gritty. G Fuel, so those packages are really huge, like compared to what I'm drinking, which is the Gamer Subs. It's less gritty. You don't put nearly as much in, and they actually have better flavors.
I would sharply disagree with what you just said with the flavors.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sitting here drinking hibiscus tea, and it's not gritty if you shake it enough. I don't know why people have that issue. Plus, I buy the tubs.
Yeah, we bought the tubs. Yep.
But
We,
anyway,
we changed to gamer subs, and we absolutely prefer it better. It's easier to get here. It's not as heavy. Though when you order a lot of it, it seems to get stuck at the border for about a week. I mean, random powders, it does kind of make things weird, but I promise it's just our caffeine addiction.
Right.
yeah. But I don't know. We bought one of the G Fuels. It was the Dead by Daylight one on a whim, because a YouTuber I watch is partnered with them and they advertise it, and I'm like, you know what? Let's see if it's any good. And then I got it and it's good, and now I've bought too many of them, and
I know the
I
feeling.
have yet to find one I don't like.
The one for Doom was really gross.
I don't know what that would be.
It was lemonade or iced tea with cayenne pepper. It was not good.
That seems a little weird.
It was very weird, but I mean, it was for Doom. I mean, come.
Sure.
So, but yeah, we were drinking G Fuel for quite a while, and then we switched to gamer subs, and it was just it's less gritty. You don't put nearly as much in. The packages are a lot smaller. They're like half the size, but there's still the same amount of servings. Sure. And there's 5 of us living in the house. We really need to, like, the more space we can save, the better.
Fair enough, but no, I get you. I was just saying, like, that's been the thing we've replaced. And I know it may be weird, because I know you all know I actually do love coffee. Like, I love the flavor of coffee, and I was actually almost going to say to patients that we should go to Scooters and get, like, something today, just because, but decided not to. But, like, the main reason, like, I changed over to this stuff is because it doesn't give me acid reflux.
Yep, it's less acidic as coffee is.
Right.
Coffee is very acidic.
Right, and I love coffee, but if I drink, and like, coffee, it gives me acid reflux issues, and then if I drink more than just the 1 cup of it, I start getting palpitations. Like, this stuff, I don't have that problem for some reason. Probably because it's not just caffeine, it's caffeine and all, like, the
it's got way
electrolytes
more,
and stuff.
It's got vitamins and stuff in it, too. It's a more healthier drink in general.
Which also goes with there's less of a crash, too.
Yes, yeah.
Which is nice.
And actually, the energy drink I said I drank was Gamer Subs. I drank the blue raspberry one. It's really good.
Nice.
But I only drink it like on the weekends. I don't drink it when I go to work. I have my tea for work, but I have 1 cup of tea, maybe, and then on Fridays I get my Starbucks, and my Starbucks has coffee, but it's a frappe. It's like the most girliest drink ever, and I'm like, I don't care. I want my frappe.
Nothing wrong with that, though.
No, it's really good.
But I found that this stuff is really good if you mix it with, like, Panera's lemonade, which I know adds sugar and calories technically, but some of them are really good with lemonade.
Yeah, and I mix it with just, like, plain coconut water too, and it's really good.
I just use water.
I mostly use water.
Just the water. Got my little shaker that has it's My Hero Academia with Deco on it. That's my little
Nice.
shaker.
I have a Pac-Man one.
And you gotta eat it. You gotta drink it all. Excuse me. A burp came out of nowhere. Oops.
Good.
Ugh.
So how have you been? What have you been up to other than the house?
Which I haven't
gonna talk
mentioned
about
on the
that.
stream yet, but anyways.
Oh, well, if you haven't mentioned it on the stream, well then go ahead. I'm sorry.
So minus trying to fix all that stuff, I've just been working. It's been working and dealing with that situation, and that's it. So
Yeah.
it's been a very stressful 3 months, 2.5 months.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, it's just been, that's all I've had all my focus on. It's just getting that and keeping everything afloat.
Sorry, Max said he likes to just drink coffee, cold, black coffee, no fancy goofy drinks. I get that. I I'm one of those weird people who's on both ends of that spectrum, where I will drink like cold black coffee, and I will also drink a blonde espresso americano with heavy cream, add white mocha. Like I'm both. Or like a cookies and cream frappuccino or whatever. I'm both sides of that. Patience is more on the fancier drinks, unless the coffee's really strong.
Yeah, there are only a few that I can drink black.
I can't drink any coffee black. I've done espresso like a couple times, and every time it's like a shot. And then I do a shiver afterwards. I'm like, ugh, good. No,
Too. Like,
That's
espresso shots, I can do that. I don't understand.
Right, I'll say one of my favorite things if I just want coffee is to go to Scooters, which I don't think you guys have Scooters up north, but
we don't.
Well, they're based in Nebraska, so that really doesn't surprise me. So is to go to Scooters and just get a triple shot, and typically what they'll do is they'll give you a packet of sugar in the raw to mix in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just 3 shots espresso with raw sugar, and it's their whole thing is they like caramel with everything. So their espresso beans are caramel flavored. Like, so the espresso is still a very strong coffee espresso flavor, but it has a hint of caramel to it. It's really nice. Kind of got that burnt marshmallow flavor.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think it's the Cameron's brand Highlander Grog.
Yes.
That's like one of my favorites that I can drink.
Caramel
black.
butterscotch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Highlander Grog.
Yeah, which is the caramel butterscotch.
Oh, okay. Cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that was really good.
I've never found a single cup of coffee that I can drink black, but to be fair, I don't like coffee.
That's fair.
I like
So you
tea,
might like
but
the Kansas City roast
probably.
from the roastery. It's good.
But I always add cream and sugar into my coffees if I want coffee. I do drink coffee, but I enjoy tea a lot more.
Yeah.
If that's the
I
point.
getcha.
If it's strong, you add water. It will make it less strong. He does have a point. It will taste more watered down, but that I mean,
Yes.
it's just I mean, technically
That's so weird.
all coffee is dirty bean water.
Dirty bean water sounds so weird to say.
Well,
Yeah.
tea's just dirty leaf water.
yes. I know you're not wrong. I'm just saying that it's a weird thing to call it. Like, yo, let me get your dirty bean water.
I got you some dirty bean water. You want some dirty leaf water?
No.
So I found out recently that the London Fog Latte is actually a Vancouver invention. It has nothing to do with London. I was like, Mother, why is it called the London Fog if it's not from London? Jerks. Then again, the California sushi roll is also not from California, so that's fair.
French toast isn't French. French fries aren't French. French fries. They're called French fries because the way they're cut, I think.
They've
It's
had
French
a few.
cutting.
Well, they've had a few different names, and no one actually knows where they originally. And they used to be called Victory Fries.
No, they're freedom fries, bro.
Yeah, stupid.
No, it was Victory Fries back during the wars.
I know. It post 9/11, there was it wasn't like a real effort or anything, but there was the minor like patriotic push to call them freedom fries. And I have no issue with patriotism, and I understand that 9/11 changed the country, and as a country we blah blah blah. But to change the name of French fries to freedom fries here was such a silly proposition or idea to even float.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't imagine going to McDonald's and being like, I want me a freedom fries.
Yeah, I'd be like, can I get French
I don't know why
fries?
it would
What's
sound
French
like that.
fries? I don't know. What's French fries?
You know what the hell I'm talking about. Come on.
Come on. Max Power just said there is London, Ontario, but it was made in Vancouver, BC, which is nowhere near London, Ontario, and it's called the London Fog. Freedom dressing. I want freedom fries with freedom dressing, which is just ketchup.
French dressing isn't ketchup. No, he was French dressing. For, like, salads.
Oh yeah, I hate French
But I
dressing.
like the idea that French dressing now is just ketchup.
Yeah.
'Cause, see, here's the thing. we are the type of country where we would be all like, this is freedom dressing, and it's just a bottle of ketchup, and we just pour it all over our salad.
Oh
Oh
god,
god.
that's disgusting.
It sounds pretty gross, but I like the idea.
$3 from As the Raven Dreams. A Shiba dog happily massaging his cheeks with his mouth wide open. Thank you, Raven.
You're welcome.
I love the description.
I like the Shiva sticker. I wanted to post it.
I wanted to read the description of it.
It's a good description.
It is. Yum, 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 yum. So, it would freedom toast with freedom dressing with freedom fries. On one
So
plate.
literally just dry white toast with ketchup and French fries on.
Okay, well that makes more sense than a salad with ketchup. I can understand. Will I eat it? I don't know.
No.
If I have some mayo as well, maybe. And
I'm good.
mayo and ketchup. This is the best.
I'm good.
You have to do 2 parts mayo to 1 part ketchup.
Oh, mayo chup is okay.
That's true. Heinz made a line of mixing condiments in bottles.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, I can just make that at home. And better.
But the barbecue and mayo one, that one was good.
It was.
It's like, okay, I don't like a lot of barbecue sauces because I think they're too sweet. But that actually worked. I'm like, I could do that.
Actually, my problem is they're too overpowering. Actually,
Yep.
like nothing else really lives through them. So you just taste the barbecue sauce. I'm like, but I would like to taste like everything else too. Unless it's like barbecue chicken or whatever, I'm perfectly fine with that. But if it's like a barbecued sauce on something, I'm like, but I can't taste anything else. It's like, no, I'm good. You can keep your barbecue.
Fair enough.
I'm picky on certain things.
Nothing wrong with that.
There's a few barbecue sauces I have found that I liked, but they're rare and far between.
Mine are just spicy. It's gotta have spice to it.
I have one that has what is it? That's supposed to be Trinidad Scorpion barbecue sauce, which doesn't really have Trinidad Scorpion, possibly, but I will say that it doesn't hurt as much as I would think it would. It does hurt.
It does hurt, but I was expecting more hurt. Like,
Well, I
oh
mean,
my god,
you know,
kill me out of hurt.
Trinidad's are, I don't know if they still are, but they're supposed to be the hottest peppers, ever crossbred. It's
Probably
all
not.
genetically modified.
Is
They
it hotter than the Reaper?
No. Maybe?
Okay. I
don't
thought.
know. Oh wait,
I
is
don't
the
know.
barbecue sauce Carolina Reaper?
No, it's Trinidad.
Trinidad Scorpion. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's supposed to be
the-
like super hot.
No, the Carolina Reaper is still the hottest out there.
Okay.
Still pretty high up there. Or maybe it's different because it's something else. But yeah.
Maybe. Anyways, it's supposed to be incredibly painful. It's not as painful as I would like it to be, but it is really good.
I see the one you're talking about now, right here. See, I'm not into spicy. Like, I can't stand jalapeno. Like, I actually don't like the flavor of jalapenos. But if you give me a habanero, I'm fine, and that's as high as I can go.
That's funny. I'm the opposite. Like, I like spicy stuff. I love jalapenos, but I feel like habaneros taste too green. And I don't like bell peppers because of that,
Yeah.
too.
I love me some bell peppers. Such
I
as
will-
Not the green ones.
I will
not
not
that
eat
color.
greens. I do not like green peppers.
No, I'm not a big fan of green peppers. Every time it tells me green pepper, I'm like, oh, so yellow. Got it.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yep.
Well, I've got this new thing I'm making recipes from, and every time they ask for peppers, they ask for specific colors. I'm like, add 1 bag of peppers. It just be mixed. It's cheaper. It's easier. I don't have to. It's like, okay, so you want 6 reds. Okay, so you're getting 3 yellows and 2 reds and 1 orange. Okay. It also adds more color into a dish, anyways. But yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of green because they're actually underripe.
Yeah, I don't like green peppers, green bells, because they just They are too green. They taste green.
They taste unripened, which is what the problem is. No, I'm picking out my peppers. Picky pepper. Which is funny because those are still actually in the family of the spicy peppers, but they're not spicy at all.
Right. Well, most peppers are, you know, they all have a quote unquote level of spiciness, and they're all the same, you know, breed or family or whatever you want to call it. I don't know the exact terminology.
I mean, black pepper is spicier than that.
Black pepper isn't really a pepper; it's more of a seed.
I know. There's just black pepper is more spicy than a bell pepper.
Yeah.
I heard a horror story of a lady who couldn't handle spice so bad that she couldn't even handle black pepper.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That sucks.
I was like, okay, at least I'm not that bad. Pepper, more pepper, a little more pepper.
I like white pepper.
I don't think I haven't cooked with it. I always ask for black pepper, so I just use black pepper. But I think white pepper's less harsh, isn't that it? Or
I mean, it's still got the harshness. Sorry, I do apologize. I am still eating breakfast.
it's all good.
I started before the stream, and I'm still going because I haven't touched it. It's still got the harshness, but in my opinion, it almost tastes garlicky.
That makes sense. Adam
Yeah,
asked patient, what's your take on being called Burdette?
That's new.
That's your take on it.
Go for it. Why not? Let's add to the list of names.
You gotta click them all.
It is
Yeah.
a growing list, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's a Pokemon, but she collects names instead of Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's sensible.
I mean, that makes sense.
I like these names over Precious and Princess and Paige.
Kyle, Kevin,
And Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
You don't sound like a Jason. Well, no shit, because I'm not.
Right?
Sound like a Jason. Yeah, I didn't say I was Jason.
I hate that for her.
Yeah.
Thankfully, she's not inbound anymore, so it doesn't happen.
I talk to more voicemails than anything.
Hi, this is blah blah. How are you today?
The voicemails, it makes it easier. You know, it's just like, this is Patience with the people. Just give us a call.
Sometimes I mix that up and say, hi, this is the company with Patience. I'm like, fuck, start over.
This is the company with patience. Wait a minute.
I know that you've said the wrong phone number before,
Yes.
and it's always funny. 'Cause they're like, please call us back at 1-800 blah blah blah. I'm sorry, call us back at this number.
If you phone that other number, I don't know where you're gonna go, but maybe phone the second one.
It would still go to them. It's just a different
Department or something.
Well, I was gonna say different child company basically.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Because because she works for a bank and they're a big bank and they have the little banks that they own and
Yeah.
Too many banks.
you know
Banks within banks
know.
within banks.
economical monopolies.
Yeah.
They call him many names: Mountain Lion, Chocolate Thunder, Giant Crusher, but you can call me Tiffany. Okay.
Alright. Okay, Tiffany.
Whatever floats your boat, Tiffany.
Whatever floats your boat.
Psychosis had to change and manipulate reality's deoxyribonucleic acid just to get back to this realm.
Dang.
Lucky thing for me, I turned my whole house into a Ouija board prior. You had to manipulate the entire reality's DNA? Damn, dude.
Darn it. We're gonna have a bunch
We
more
have to-
stories to read.
Like, we have to undo that.
No, we have a bunch of more stories to read then.
Oh, fair enough.
Get more content. There we go. We're good.
Assuming it all works out.
If it implodes, not it.
Cosmic strings really destroyed my viscera. I can imagine. Those things work like a sieve, my friend.
I'm still watching the Shiba on the thing doing its name.
It is still going, I gotta say.
Yeah.
So you got any plans today?
Yeah, after this I have to put the video for today together.
Yeah, I gotta put my video for tomorrow together still. Which you're in but not in because your character is gone already.
Nice.
You and mystery person number 1 disappear on the first part of it, and then it continues from there. No spoilers, but
I mean, only slight spoilers.
I mean, if you haven't watched part 1 yet, go watch part 1. Well, listen, anyways. I mean, there's no real, I'm a narrator, not a movie maker. But that would be a very interesting thing to do as a movie.
Yeah.
I think it'd be
I
fun.
glimpsed over the story. Considering I had some lines in it.
Fair.
Not many, but some. But in all fairness, I was added last minute.
Yes. Yes, because I totally missed that person. I even counted how many. I was like, yep, there's 8 there. We're good. And then I went back. Nope, there were 7. How did I count 8?
Just pretend it was a glitch and there was 7, but then the Matrix decided to make 8.
Yeah. Blame him. Blame the Matrix on a lot of things. Makes it easier.
Yeah, because I had someone else back out. I couldn't ask you to do their lines too, so I had to call another favor in. So I have a random guest that no one knows of in that one.
Nice.
Oh,
I know who it is, yeah.
Yep.
Don't I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. Just make sure that you make dairy intolerance a thing of the past. Fair. I would like dairy intolerance to be gone.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah. Though, I mean, technically the people who are still able to drink milk are actually the freaks. The people who can't drink milk are the normal people.
That's fair. I prefer being a freak.
Me too.
Because I like ice cream. Thank you.
Same. But I mean, you can take those lactose pills, which help. Hey, September Dragon Audio, welcome. And
Yo, September.
you're not late, you're on time. A dragon always shows up fashionably late, which means you're on time. That's
Okay.
my rules.
I guess that makes sense, if you don't think about it too hard.
I mean, technically, a dragon would show up when on their time, not your time.
I mean, that's true. I do agree.
Ever read one book where the guy had a cigarette in his mouth and you can just see smoke coming out of his mouth and the guy's like, the cigarette's not lit. Oh no, that's a dragon.
See, I was gonna say what DLV just said. I thought that only applied to wizards. But then you said it's just dragons, dragons as well, and I'm like, oh, I'll just accept it.
It's mostly because the wizards get so lost in what they're doing that they forget to show up for things.
That makes sense.
I mean, I would too. If you're trying to research how to end the world, I mean, what? Take over the world. Have mass powers of unstoppableness.
Not all wizards are evil, sheesh.
I don't know, the book I keep reading, every wizard except for the main character is.
Yeah, fair enough.
That includes even the good wizards. Ugh. I'm listening to the Dresden Files again. Every time he interacts with a certain group, I'm just like, oh my god, shove off. But yeah, it's a really good series. I gotta listen more to it again. The energy from the Dyson Spear assists with the... Nope.
Spaghettification.
I did read that right. My brain went, that's not a word.
It both is and isn't.
Y'all gotta make up words.
Because he wants to.
Fair.
It adds spice to life.
Precisely.
Yeah, but my hands just do it without needing the help.
That is also true.
You have seen that.
Numerous times.
Especially when I'm starting to fall asleep.
Yes. I'm not gonna lie. Last night I was very confused with what you typed.
Like, my finger was off by one letter, and that changed everything. God damn it.
I love those.
Well, like, normally, whenever she makes a typo, which I'm not saying it's all the time, but 42 is kind of bad about that.
42 is 42.
Yes. Yeah.
Whenever she makes a typo, like, I can typically translate it because it's close enough, or it's off by, like, she said one letter, and I'm like, okay, so shift, okay, it's that. Last night, she typed something, and I'm just like, what? And it's very rare that I literally just have to stop and say, I'm sorry, what did you just say to me?
Yeah, that's like in our chat at work, like whenever people would answer questions or whatever, the person responding would usually put like looking. And you could tell whenever their hands were slightly off because it would start with like the semicolon instead of L and kind of go from there. So it's like, okay, she said looking, got it. It just becomes the thing. It's either looking or it's some kind of weird pattern, but you can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it just... Ugh. It's worse on my phone, too. When I'm typing on my phone, I'm just, like, always... I don't know what it is. Ever since I got, like, started upgrading from, like, 7, it's just gotten worse. My fingers keep thinking it's a Samsung 7. I think that's the one. Or did I have an 8? I can't remember anymore.
I have no idea.
I can't remember anymore. I'm getting old in my old age.
I had an S5 and then an S7 Edge, and then we had the S7 Edge until we got the S20s. Or the Note 20s, not S20.
I have an S22 now.
So now we have Note 20s.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were still making the notes. I thought they had stopped.
The Note 20 might have been the last one. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was
Or
the
Note 10. Sorry, we have a Note 10.
Yeah, we have a Note 10, and then there was a 10 Plus, and then I think they went to 20 after that.
And then they have the Note 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when they switched from numbers to the years.
Mm-hmm. So our phone is... Damn, these phones are 4 years old.
Yep.
But we got them in 2020.
Yeah.
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 They work, though. So they're still pretty good.
I upgraded February, so
yeah,
I'm 1 year behind, but I'm fine with it. I had a 21 before this, and it was pretty good. But I had to switch carriers because the carrier I was with didn't have unlimited data, and still doesn't have unlimited data. And then when I switched, they phoned me like, "Why did you switch?" I'm like, "You got unlimited data?" No. There you go. That's your answer.
There's
right
your
there.
reasoning.
The place I just went to, for $40 less than what I'm paying you, I just went to unlimited. Can't beat it. Went from...
I don't understand, like, why.
Oh, I understand.
companies
Oh, I
still
understand why.
don't have.
Unlimited?
Yeah, well, I mean, aside from, the gouging and economical, let's make a higher profit standpoint.
So I worked for I was with the sister of the... So in Canada, they have 3 technical carriers, and then they have the cheaper version carriers, which are their sister ones, which are just still owned by the big ones. All the big ones have unlimited, and all their sisters don't. And they've all
Gotcha.
done this. And they all make the standard together. As soon as one does one thing, they all do it. So if one of those smaller ones get unlimited, all of them will. You just basically gotta wait for someone to break.
Gotcha.
But I switched from
stupid.
one exact... I didn't switch to the big sister of that one. I went to a completely different company entirely. I was just...
Gotcha.
I didn't want to deal with the customer service of that company. If you switch, it's terrible. So
We have T-Mobile because we had Sprint.
fair. What was it? Not Motorola. Verizon tried to come up to Canada, and there was a big hoo-ha about it, but I don't know how much of it's completely true. They wanted to use the infrastructure that all of Canada had made, but didn't want to pay for it as they built their own towers. So I'm like, no, if you're using their towers that they have put the infrastructure in, you should be paying to use that infrastructure. Right. But I heard that it wasn't completely true, that was some propaganda that the cell companies were putting out. And then we've had this buyout from one of the big... So Bell bought out Shaw here, which is really terrible because Shaw was actually starting to make become a cell phone carrier. So we had 4 choices instead of 3, and now we're back to our 3. It's like, no, we need more choices, not less.
Ew, Bell.
Yeah, I was with Bell, technically. I was with the sister company of Bell originally, and I've switched from them. I was with Virgin.
Isn't it Bell, formerly Southwestern Bell?
No.
Really?
No, we have a different Bell, I'm pretty sure, than you.
Well, because I know Southwestern Bell here I feel like they became Bell and then became something else here in the States.
It is even named after the guy that invented the telephone. No.
Alexander Graham Bell?
Yeah, I believe that's where the name came from. Is their logo like just the word Bell, basically?
I don't know anymore. You are asking the wrong person that question.
Yeah, to my knowledge, it's a Canadian-based company that's never been in the States. Because our phone companies never went across from each other. Like, you have American ones and we have Canadian ones. Apparently, September uses T-Mobile as well.
T-Mobile's been okay. My biggest issue came whenever they acquired Sprint.
Oh, yeah.
Because basically, for a while, they were like, hey, we're completely getting rid of 4G. You have to have a 5G device. And they, pushed that really hard to the point where, my phone stopped working because there was a cutoff date.
Oh, jeez.
And I was like, okay, so I contact them, and they're like, oh, no, you can't have a 4G device on our network anymore. And then I go up to the store, and they're all like, yes, you can. Here's a SIM card for it. Put this one in and activate it. It's fine. So they were pushing really hard to get people not to use their old phones.
Yeah, because then they get more money out of you because you bought a new cell phone.
Right. I'm like, I don't want a new phone.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, your phone's your phone. No, I always upgrade my phones every 2 years, so it's not a big deal to me. I like new cell phones. It's one of the things I like to upgrade lots.
Yeah.
I don't upgrade a lot of things, but cell phone's one of them.
I don't.
I like how pretty the pictures are on them. And the more upgrade I get, the better the pictures look.
I mean, that's logical.
Yeah. It's part of the reason. I like taking lots of random photos of my dog. Let's not lie.
You do.
I mostly take pictures of Lula. And some of the cat, too.
I mean, same. I have way too many pictures of cats and birds.
But they're so cute.
I got a lot
Right?
of Tyler shots, so.
They scream for you to take pictures of them. They're like, hey, look at this. I look so cute. Why don't you take a picture of this?
Exactly.
My favorite one is I've got a picture of Lulu wearing my work shirt.
Aww.
Ready to go to work. I'm trying to get it to see if they'll let her go to work and then I can just stay home. I want to totally trade places with her.
I mean, who wouldn't want to work with a dog? They'd
So
be like, aw, I'm not even mad about whatever I was mad about. Cute dog.
Cute dog. And all she wants to do is wave her tail and play and catch and have fun
Yeah.
with you. I don't know what she would be like if she was at work all day. I'm pretty sure she would get tired at some point going, okay, I'm all over this. I'm like, and now you know why I want to stay home with you, but I have to go here because this is the way I'm putting the roof over your head. It's just so funny because she looks at me like, why are you going to work? It's like, because do you like the food in your bowl? Do you like the roof over your head? Do you like that nice yard you have? Well, I kind of need to go to work.
Right. I used to, whenever I would come home from work, when I worked in office, it was always funny when walking in the door and Mitzi sitting at the hallway and she did that little trot to the door. It was adorable. But now I think it would just be really confusing for them if I worked in office.
Like, where are you going, ma'am? Get back here.
Yeah.
You don't leave the house anymore.
Right?
And
I'm one of the them she's talking about, by the way. That it was
Yeah.
confusing for.
Yeah.
where are you going? Why are you leaving?
It just wouldn't work.
Apparently, Big Daddy Stone says his phone companies are a racket. I love my iPhone 7 Plus. I'm old and rebellious. Fight the power. Hashtag fight the power. I haven't had an iPhone since iPhone 5, I think, was the last one I got.
I have never owned an iPhone.
I did for a little bit of time because their music quality was superior, and then Samsung upped their game, and I haven't gone back. I also didn't like how expensive they were for me.
Yeah. I had an iPod Touch.
I had
I
a...
used to listen to CDs, so...
Yeah.
Oh goodness, I went through a portable CD player every single year of high school.
Yes.
It would last, I would always get to last to the end of the year, but I would drop that thing so many times, by the end of the year, it would not close anymore. And that happened, I don't know how many times.
And there.
But I actually got my last year, I actually made that CD player last past the year. I was quite shocked. It's actually, if I still had it, probably still worked to this day. That one was built different. Yeah.
I had numerous Sony Walkmans.
Who doesn't love a Sony Walkman? They're
The
awesome.
CD player, not the tapes.
Oh, I had one of those too.
Because it had the anti-skip technology that worked
Yep.
most of the time.
Yeah, it worked pretty good. As long as you didn't like sit there and shake it constantly, it worked. Basically, what it did was it pre-read the CD, so that when it happened, it would be fine.
Yep, it had X number of megabytes of a buffer. No, I know how it worked.
Yeah, it was really cool. I found it very interesting.
It was.
And
like
now,
I said, it worked
most of the time. If you sat there shaking it, wasn't really going to work anymore.
No, see, I learned that lesson.
So did I. I had more than once where I had to be like, oh, come on, stop. And then when it stopped working because I had dropped it so many times, I was like, oh, come on. Why you no work no more? I'm actually surprised I never burnt any of my CDs out, because you can play them so much they don't work.
Yeah, I've done that.
I haven't done
I have
that.
CDs that don't work anymore. I don't think I still have them. I might though. I still have way too much from whenever I lived at my childhood house. I don't have a lot, but I have too much, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't even have any CDs anymore, except for the one CD case that's from like high school. That's the only CDs I own. I don't even own the cases anymore. I just own this giant thing that holds them in. It is fun to go through memory lane, though.
Yeah.
My car doesn't even have a CD player anymore, so it's like kind of sucks, but it does have Bluetooth, so I can hook it to my phone. Because I was using, what is it called? A Zune in my
Yeah,
PT?
you have Zune.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, so my car's a 98 and it has a Bluetooth radio in it. Doesn't have a CD player though. I have
CD player.
It does not have a CD player. Probably the original probably had a cassette player in it, but I have upgraded the one that was in it, which did have a CD player, broke like within a year of me owning that car. So I got another one, and now it's just Bluetooth. I love it. So much easier.
My car before my Prius, it had Bluetooth for the phone, but it would not play music over Bluetooth.
Weird.
Which was incredibly annoying, because I had this, at the time I had it, it was a brand new car. It was a 2013 that I bought in 2013. And it had a CD player, and it did not have a Bluetooth option for music.
But yet you could use it for your talking on the phone. So you know that it had the capability, they just didn't put the software in, basically.
Yep.
Jerks.
I had an aux port, though, so I used that all the time.
Fair. Yeah, this one has an aux port, a USB, and Bluetooth, and I just use the Bluetooth.
Color, I'm gone again, please.
Hmm?
Can you hear me?
Okay, yeah, you're back.
Bro.
Sorry.
I don't know what is going on with this, but it's starting to piss me off. I'm gonna, after this, I'm gonna completely unplug and replug shit.
How long ago did you buy it?
This thing? Not
Yeah.
very long ago.
Maybe you can return and get your money back, or because you might have a lemon.
It's only doing it at certain times, so I'm kind of wondering if it's something wrong with my system. Because you know what? Hang on, I bet it's that.
You might have figured something out. Maybe.
I might have, because so it's gonna sound really stupid, but I have weird random mouse issues where my wireless mouse will just stop moving and I have to turn it off and turn it back on. I think there's something wrong with the front ports on my system. Possibly, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But so the other day I moved my mouse plug from one port to another one because I wasn't using the other one. I'm like, I'll just move it back because it's on the far right. And then this started happening. So I'm wondering if it's that.
Maybe.
It's gonna piss me off.
Sucks.
I'm so tired. Well, because whenever I lost connection just now, my mouse stopped moving.
Oh, so you had. Okay, yeah, that would. Yeah, maybe that is the problem then.
So I'm starting to wonder if one of my ports has a short. Because if it's drawing too much power, then the port that's plugged in, that this is plugged into, is going to stop working. I don't know.
You're more techie than I am when it comes to computers. I just hope and pray that something's gonna work. And when it doesn't, I'm like, I don't know what I did. Help, I did it, don't. The magic's not working anymore.
The pluggy thing, no plug good.
The pluggy thing, no plug, no good. Why no plug, no good? I don't
Please
understand.
help. All I did was plug.
All I did was plug it, now no plug. My drawing tablet actually stopped working. I need to get a new cord for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of randomly happened. I was like, I don't know what, and I'm like, yeah, it's the cord, 100%. Stupid cord.
Yeah, I had to get a new cable for my preamp because the other one burned out. I knew that was gonna happen though, because they're the USB-C cables, and they're cool cables, the universal, but if you don't get a decently priced one, they burn out really easy.
Yeah, and you have to get the exact right one too. The Type-C problem that we're having is quite annoying. Because you can buy Type-C, and one will do your data transfer, one will only charge things, one will only do this, one will only do this. It's like, what?
Most of them will do both. It's just that if you buy one that is only for charging, it'll only charge. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I buy ones that do the do everything. We had to be careful when we bought one for a controller. We had to make sure it did controller, because if you get the wrong one, it doesn't work. And they're picky for whatever reason. The Type-C thing is getting annoying. It's like, okay, can we go back to the multiple different kinds then? Because at least then you know that you got the right one for what you need.
I'm all for the universality. I'm all for the universal cable.
I
honestly.
like that, but they all need to be exactly the same then on the inside. And then, did you hear what iPhone's trying to do?
No.
So, the European Union went, okay, you can't have your own cable anymore.
Yes,
You
I
have,
knew that much.
You have to go to Type-C. They're going to put their own, some kind of thing inside of it where if you're not using one of their cords, it will not charge your phone properly.
Yeah, that won't fly.
Which is the whole point of why they had to change, because everyone was tired of the fact that you had to buy their specific stuff. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That won't fly in that requirement, because you can't, if they're trying to create a universal cable, which is what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
then they're not going to let them make proprietary
That's what it is,
proprietary like units like that. That won't fly. They won't be able to do that.
I hope not.
They could try all they want, but they'll get fined.
Good.
Oh. Yeah.
Because it's very annoying. It's part of the reason why I got away from the iPhones too, was because I was just tired of all the like random, like the one thing I did like was when they switched to, because they were the first to make the cord. It didn't matter which way you put it in, it would fit. They were the
Right,
first.
and that's the lightning, or the either lightning or 8-pin or 4-pin. I mean,
I think it was 8-pin. It had the it was just a flat little thing. And now, the Type-C is like that, which is really nice.
Right, and that's cool and all, and I like that idea, but it's just, I don't know. They used to use the bulky ass 16 pins, which I hated those cables. And the thing is, and I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh, you just hate Apple." I don't really hate Apple. I don't like Apple. I do hate Apple, but not the point.
Side point.
Their cables are, for all intents and purposes, inferior, because they don't design like the connector where the cable connects to the actual head of the cable well, and they constantly fray and split. And I know that's still a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but that gets you to buy them more often. So why are they going to fix something that gets them more money?
Yeah, the correct term for that is planned obsolescence, in
Yep.
that the cable is obsolete after a certain amount of time on purpose.
Yep, and gets you to spend more money. And then
Indeed.
oh, did you ever see like one where the guy got the brand new iPhone, opened the box, and it fell onto the floor and shattered?
Yeah, because he was doing it was part of like an interview he was doing, 'cause he was the first one to get it for that release or something.
Something like that. Yeah, and his
And he was
look
on
on
camera?
his
Yeah.
face was just like. Actually, when I bought my phone, bought this phone, they asked if we wanted to get the extra protection, so if we dropped it or whatever, got smashed, whatever, and I didn't get it. But she was telling me about how this guy just bought this iPhone, walked outside, and it smashed on the ground, and he looked at her going, can I get that repaired? And she's like, it's too late now.
Which is hilarious, because if he just walked out of the store,
Literally outside the store, which means you have to do it before you walk away with it, basically.
oh, I guess, okay, so the assumption is he didn't buy the insurance. Gotcha.
Yeah, he didn't buy the insurance, so he couldn't get it then anymore.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's like, can I get the insurance? No. It's too late now. But I also don't own an iPhone. I've dropped so many Samsungs, and I have a couple scratches on them. They still look brand new when I'm done with them. So I'm like, no, I don't really need that protection. It's fine. If I owned an iPhone, yes. Because you drop that one time the wrong way and it shatters. I've seen that so many times. It's because they don't use the Gorilla Glass like Samsung does.
Yeah, thankfully Samsung uses good glass, right, Patience?
Yeah.
What did you do, Patience?
No, I
like-
just swear by those stupid tempered glass protectors.
My comment was more because you like to put your phone in the door of my car, open the door, and it falls out and smacks onto the concrete.
Oh my god!
That's why I said I like the Gorilla Glass. And
Fair
the cases that have the I don't know how to call it.
The raised edge.
Yeah, the raised edges
Mhm.
and the rubber corners. Like,
That's
I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, it doesn't really seem like it does but much, but holy crap, it does a lot. I will not own one of those cases.
I won't even leave the store until my phone's in a case. It's not a very expensive case that I have on this phone, and it's the same one I had on my last phone, and it works really well. And it's very simple. It doesn't make the phone much bigger, but it does make it so that the camera isn't right where it's gonna hit things, and then the glass isn't also, if you turn it over, the glass isn't hitting things. It's just so much better.
Yeah, I don't like to leave. I'm the same way. Like, if I get a new phone, I don't like to take it out of my pocket or anything until I have a case on it because I'm just too nervous about it.
Yeah, I've dropped too many phones in my life to be scared. And I'm really happy that they're water resistant now. That has saved my butt too many times now.
Oh yeah. I haven't had any issues with that. Like, maybe sometimes it would fall in like snow or something, but
mine fell into a dish that I was cleaning. Deep into it. The water was very hot, and I took my hand in and grabbed the phone out. Ow.
Nice.
But the phone's perfectly fine. It just has a warning saying there is water inside your charging port. You cannot charge at this moment. And it takes about 10 minutes to get rid of it. So if it has any humidity in there, it won't let you charge. It won't even, if you try to, it won't connect.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a safety feature. I love it. It's saved my butt so many times. I drop my phone all the time. I have a good case that saves it. Nice. Some timber.
I'm going to disappear for just a couple of moments. I'm going to get up under my computer because it happened again, and I don't understand what's happening at this point.
So I get under the jacks, gotta go look at it.
Yeah. More so I'm going to unplug and replug it, so...
That's fair.
Patience is your guest for the moment.
It is the Birdette and 42 and Birdette show now. For now.
For the moment.
For the moment.
Yeah, no, I personally think cases are the best thing you can buy for your phones.
Yeah.
I've seen people walk around without cases on their phone, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Makes me nervous, yeah.
Same. Also, they actually designed the 22 to be in a case because the camera sticks out past. So it's got a big dent outwards. So it has to be in a case, otherwise you're gonna hit that against something.
Yeah. It's like the ones that we have. It's like the case that I have, it's got all the edges and stuff like that, but it actually came with the tempered glass covers for the part on the camera for the lenses, so I don't even have to worry about that, which is nice.
So I don't have any of the tempered glass stuff on any of it. I just have what comes with it, and I'm perfectly I haven't had much problems with my phones in a very long time. They've kind of upped their game quite a bit, nicely.
Yeah. That's why I liked the old phones that we had, because I don't remember what brand it was, that I had the tempered glass, and as long as you signed up for their warranty thing, if it was damaged in any way, you could get a new one for $5. I replaced it several times. Several times. I'm like, oh, yep, it's her again.
Oh, there you go. It reminds me of when my husband had his what was it, VW, his Nuzbug, his what was it? He had a Golf. That was what it was. He had a Golf, and there was sensor that always went on his car, and he got a lifetime warranty. And every month this sensor would go out, so he literally would grab the sensor, come in, they change, like, oh yeah, here you go. It feels the same energy to me. Yeah, so I mean, it became free for him. So he's like, oh, why am I gonna fix whatever the problem is for the sensor if I just have to replace the sensor every time?
Right.
So, yeah, and that car had freaking 200 miles on it or something, 200,000 miles or something on it by the time I got rid of it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing about the one that she bought the glass cover, because it was like $35 for the glass, because I mean, they're still fairly pricey.
Yes.
But she bought it, and because as long as you registered it whenever you purchased it and got it from Amazon, as long as you if you contacted them anytime it had a crack, a chip, or a break, they would just send you a new one.
Yeah.
For $5 for shipping.
Yeah.
And she had to use that numerous times, and it was hilarious because you did, and you.
And it wasn't.
That was the company where we ordered the one after you broke it, and they sent a broken one.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
jeez.
did have one. It came shattered, and I contacted them, and they're like, "Oh, we're so sorry," and they sent me 2 that time. Like, all right, you guys won't hear from me from a couple months. Good job.
You preemptively knew that this was going to happen again, so.
Right. That's the only thing. It's like with this one, because the fingerprint thing there is no button. It's actually on the screen, so it couldn't really use the tempered glass on it. But the ones that I have, it was actually it actually does really well. It's one of the types where you have to spray on the liquid and then you put it on.
Oh, yeah.
But I was afraid to use those, but it actually works really well.
We're too scared.
Surprisingly.
Too scared. It was frightening.
Yeah, the idea of like putting a liquid on my phone, some kind of glue thing, just sound like a nightmare, something bad waiting to happen. But it actually went on really smoothly. And again, it was on Amazon, and they have a similar thing with the warranty where once you register it, you can get another one that was like discounted. So it was awesome.
Have you used the discounted one yet?
No, I haven't had to replace this one yet.
Oh, well, it seems like they made a better product.
Yeah.
They did.
Hey, MCT, welcome.
Hello, MCT.
Bird, Mama, 42.
Yeah.
Bud.
What?
Bud. Just the same bird. I still find it funny that, like, I know you're a human, but my brain's like, no, he's just a giant bird. He's a giant pink bird. Okay.
It's a really weird way to start a statement.
It is. It's very weird, but that's
I
me.
know you're human. Okay, thanks. Glad you.
I know you're a
That's
human,
my
but my
argument.
brain, like, Patience is a human in my head. But my headcanon for you is a giant purple bird. It's just like, why? Why is my brain like this? I think it amuses me
Questions
more
no
than
one can answer.
no, not even my brain. The brain is the problem. The brain can't answer the damn problem. Damn you, brain!
That's true.
I shake my fist at you. As long as I don't hit myself by mistake, we're good. Done that before.
Yeah, no, that's also true. Don't do that.
Bonk! Ow! Done that before.
So, okay, so I got under my computer. I unplugged the USB cable and plugged into another port that's lower that I never seem to have troubles with. I'm starting to wonder if there is something going on with my actual computer. I don't know if it's hardware side or not, and it's going to piss me off if it is.
Yeah.
The computer's 3 years old at this point, so it could be.
Oh,
It's definitely
right, yeah.
possible. Definitely possible. If it's anything, it's got to be the power supply because the ports are losing power.
Oh, yeah. So,
Which
well,
I had
power,
an issue.
power
I
supplies
had an
aren't
issue.
too bad to replace, though. They're
No, I
annoying.
think I have like an 800 watts. It's like 120.
Yeah. Is that how much an 800 is now?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't had to buy parts for a computer for a while.
Fair, you did buy that one the way it is.
I bought it pre-made. Yeah.
Yeah.
On purpose.
It's easier.
Well, plus it was one of those things where it's like, hey, my tax return's gonna be here.
Fair. Yes, that makes sense. Government gave me money, I'm gonna spend it on a computer.
Now I don't get a tax return. I love how no one responded.
I didn't have an answer
I-
for that.
I don't get a tax return because I don't pay taxes yet.
Mm.
Because I haven't gotten that figured out. So last year we just owed money, and I prepared for that in that we put money aside, and it was more than enough to cover the taxes.
That's good. Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah, because I didn't know what I was gonna end up owing, and I don't understand how to do like this. Like you pay the government amounts you think you owe, and then if you're wrong, well, SOL, you gotta pay more.
So while you go to jail.
No, that's only if you commit tax fraud. If you underpay your taxes, you don't go to jail. You just end up
Owing them more
paying
money.
them. Right.
Yeah. Fair, very fair. Power supplies.
The government's not out there trying to put people like me in jail for not paying enough taxes.
Well, it looks like on the Canadian side, you're looking at about $159 Canadian for that, so that'd be cheaper for you.
Fair. I'd have to actually go make sure that's what I have, because I don't know, to be honest.
Fair. I think mine has a 700 in it. I can't remember what we got in mine anymore.
I don't.
You can get a 450 watt for like $34.99. It's totally gonna be enough power.
And that would just not function.
Don't do anything. That's nothing.
I don't even think the Ryzen 5 would be powered enough off that. Like it would be like
I don't understand.
Here's your pretty LED lights. Those work.
There you go. That's all you get. The LED lights. Congratulations.
I actually have a 700. I should probably up it to an 800.
Probably.
Just to make sure I have enough power.
That might be your problem. Might just be underpowered.
Well, I feel like if that was the problem, that would have happened prior to 3 years.
Well, no, but you just got that amp recently, so maybe the amp is taking too much power and it's just pushed it over the limit.
Nothing's changed.
No, okay. Well, never mind.
That's what I'm saying. Nothing's changed. I don't know.
I don't know. I blame the LED lights. Solar fault. They are taking way too much power.
I didn't want the LED lights. I didn't have a choice. They came with what I bought.
I don't want the LED lights. Too bad. But no, take the LED. No, they're already in there. Oh man.
No, I don't want the LED lights in the fan. The fan comes with LED lights. I don't want the LED lights on my RAM. The RAM comes with LED lights. I don't want the LED lights on my cooling unit. They're installed already. You get it anyways.
You get all the LED lights, but I don't want them.
Like I get it. RGB is like the cool thing now, but it's like I don't.
You don't need it. You're not showing off your computer. Those are for people who are showing off their computers.
No, it sits on my desk on the shelf to my right,
yeah.
where it's supposed to sit.
I mean, mine technically has a window in it that's not facing me, so I can't even see into my computer.
My window does face me, so there is that.
Yeah, mine doesn't. Well, the way it has to sit, it has to be on one specific side of where I sit, so I get to look at my pretty stickers instead. I got a Raven on there. I've got 2 stickers from my channel. Actually, I've got 2 Ravens on there. Now that I look, I've got 2 Ravens on there.
So I'm pretty sure I've sent you multiple stickers.
Yeah, but I've not covered my thing in that many stickers.
No, I'm not saying you should.
No, I've got your original Raven, and then your more modern one, the one that's holding the key. And then
The key one's the original, actually.
Yep, that's what I meant. That one.
Okay, gotcha.
And then I've got a Man vs. Fry sticker, which is a giant French fry. It's a French fry that says Man vs. Fries. It's a place you can. Well, you used to be able to order from here. I don't know if it still exists, but I just love the name Man vs. Fry.
Nice.
And then a bunch of stickers for what's actually in the computer.
That's fair.
I wanted those on, and I just put them where I wanted them. So my computer sits on the floor under my desk. That's where mine is too.
Yeah, mine has a little hanging shelf that was attached to the desk. So
actually, I might put a shelf in here now that I think about it. That might be a good idea, and actually take it off the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I can do things like that, I can put holes in walls. Yay! Sounds really weird to say it that way.
I mean, I do that anyways.
Part of our leasing agreement was 0. You can only have 2 holes in each wall unless it was for curtains.
Yeah, our lease says we won't do it at all, but you know.
Well, I mean, they have to let you for curtains. That's for privacy reasons.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, and now it doesn't matter. I can do whatever I want. And we probably could have went back going, look, can we start hanging stuff? We've lived here for 3 years. And now it doesn't matter.
There you go.
Neat. I'm gonna build a shelf under here. I think that'd be a good idea. Maybe I won't spill drinks on that thing again. I only did that one time. I haven't done it since.
That was 2 times too many.
It was one time.
That's 2 times too many.
I have learned my lesson. You shouldn't put your drinks on top of your tower. They might spill. Though, to be fair, nothing got wrecked right away. It took a few years for, I think, the video card finally went on it a year later. Probably was from that, but it did take a year. And we just bought a new one. But that was during the video card shortage of 2021, 2022. Like, it was so hard to find video cards.
2019 to present day.
Is it still their video cards shortage?
I literally have no idea. I mean, I don't think they're easy to access.
It was hard because they couldn't get the components they needed to make them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if things have fixed themselves or not.
Well, it was partially that. The other part of it is that whenever lockdowns happened and people were staying inside, a lot of people started investing in Bitcoin mining rigs.
Yeah, fair.
That's where the video cards went. So.
Yes, they did. And now people are selling those. So they're actually, yeah. If you go in your second hand, they're a lot easier to find.
Do not buy a used graphics card. If you buy a graphics card that was part of a Bitcoin mining rig, I guarantee you it will not last you the year.
Oof. That bad, eh?
Yes.
I wasn't going to buy a used one. I bought a brand new one.
No, I know. I'm just saying because whenever they're in those rigs,
mm-hmm.
they are ran ragged. They are used hard. So whenever they're selling them, it's because they probably aren't working anymore.
Yeah.
Or working like they're supposed to. So yeah, like Max said, do not buy a Bitcoin card. Do not do
it. But Max, I want to buy it. Look how cheap it is. They only want $5.
Yeah, you're gonna get $5 with a graphics card.
Sweet. It'll last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Nah,
Can't even render a video out in 5 minutes, but that's okay.
If I work very carefully, I can. My shorts do.
I'll say you could render out a short in 5 minutes.
I do. And then I make 7 of those. Because I'm crazy.
Which is 30 minutes, so...
I know. Well, I mean, it's fine. I'll just buy, quite a few of them, and I will hook them all together like a chain, and then when one breaks, the next one will kick up and it'll be fine.
Yeah, sure, redundancy, that's great, except for the fact that you're gonna have 1,000 cards that last for 5 minutes.
It's fine. It's all good. Don't worry about it. Totally will work. For 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Totally. That would be funny to watch, though. Oh, there goes the one of them. Okay, keep going. Oh, there goes the next one. Keep going. No one's got it.
Yeah, until your house catches fire.
It's fine. I got insurance. It's all good.
We talked about this, though, didn't we? Because I said something like, oh, you could burn it down and get money. And you're like, yeah, but then I need a place to live. And I'm like, that's probably a bigger deal.
Yes. Yes, this is true. I do know a place that I could drive to. It's about a 7-hour drive, but I'm pretty sure I could break in. I mean, borrow the keys.
Good luck. Welcome back, Patience.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Did you get scared? Or did you get water?
She went to the restroom.
She went and got water. Got it.
But no one even knew she was gone.
She poofed. Sneaky.
She poofed.
She went.
You cannot see me. You still cannot see me.
You can never see me.
Anyways.
Don't.
But yeah. So that's all that. So it hasn't happened again so far. I'm going to jinx it now. It's going to happen. We'll see if it pops out again.
If it doesn't happen, then you fixed the problem. That was your problem.
Max was at a Bitcoin farm in Finland a year back. Yeah, he said that they were on those PCs hard. It was so hot in that place. It was being cooled by a big AC rig. Yeah. You know, that's, they, damn near have to keep those server rooms like a walk-in fridge.
Yep.
Because of how hot they run. It's insane.
Yeah. most server rooms, though, even like not just Bitcoin, but server rooms are like
Yeah,
that.
you're talking to the guy who did IT for IS for the government. I know.
I know. I'm just saying though, like there's the server room for my store. It's quite huge, but if you ever go into it, it's actually pretty cold in there, and it's very interesting. You walk in there.
I can't even imagine you
"Why
guys run many servers though.
We do. It's
What
actually to keep all the stuff running, because we run off of 80s programs. I'm not kidding you. The program we're using is from the 1980s. But it's
I believe you.
It's a giant server, but you have to have one for like all the computers and stuff, and then you've got to connect to the main drive. I bet you the one at the mother wherever is quite bigger, but it's not like a huge server room, but there is a server room. And they have to keep it cool there too, but that's because they got to run all the computers, and that's where the actual stuff's stored, right? So.
Yeah.
And they also had to switch from fiber optic back down to copper because it actually was running slower. And I'm like, that makes no sense, but okay, it's your company. It doesn't make sense to me.
That doesn't make sense at all.
Nope, it really didn't.
Nice.
So, but they downgraded, and I actually did see the computers running faster, so yeah, it was something. I mean, we're running off of really old programs, and then they were talking about putting in this new program, and then the company got sold, so that's not going to happen anymore.
That could definitely complicate things.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how the future holds since we're being owned. Actually, we've already seen the company going in a better direction since it got sold. So
That's good to hear.
yeah, they're less. It sounds bad, but they're less hands-on-y. So it's not that the problem with the company was it was very corporate wants it this way and you have to do it this way. While the new company's like, corporate would like you to do it this way, but if you know that it's going to, for your specific area, carrying those items aren't really actually helping, but carrying more of these items are, do it. Carry what's going to sell in your area. Well, the old, it was, no, you're carrying this one, you're carrying this much. And it's like, well, it doesn't sell here because of this reason and that reason, but it will sell really good if you go like more south because of the people there, but they wouldn't listen. Every Lowe's had to carry the same friggin' thing, and it's so stupid.
That makes no sense. You don't.
No, it doesn't
You don't
work.
force your stores to carry the same damn inventory.
No,
That's...
and that was what Lowe's was doing in Canada. Was every store, no matter what Lowe's you went to, had to carry the exact same items, and except if you were a bigger store, you had more variety. While now they're going more towards, okay, this is what's selling in this area, and this is what's selling in that area. They've gotten way better at.
That's how things are supposed to be run. That's
especially for a hardware store. Especially for a hardware store, because it's like where I work, it's way more newer construction, not the older construction. So you're not going to be, there's certain things you don't need there. While if you go more deeper into different areas, you're going to be around older construction, which means they're going to need more things and different things. And it was just like everyone's like hitting their head against things, going, this isn't how it works. You should let us like look at our sales, what's selling, what's not, get rid of what's not selling, bring in more what's selling, and then you have more happy customers and you're actually able to sell shit.
Right. I mean, like, that's... You don't sell snowshoes in Arizona.
No, exactly. And to my knowledge, they don't run them like that in the States.
Right.
It was Canada that they were doing it for some reason.
That was just a
That's
shitty
weird.
analogy. I'm just saying, like, you know, Walmart in Arizona probably doesn't carry de-icer and snowshoes.
No, most likely not. But even then, even in the States, they're not run like this. It was only Canada that they were doing this to for whatever reason. And we won't be Lowe's for much longer. We're changing our names anyways. It's all going to be the other company that Lowe's originally bought out, but now is the new name because Lowe's kept their name. I think the company has a few years to change the names fully over because it's going to be a lot of work. But yeah, we're changing our names too, so.
Well, it's probably for the best, really.
Yeah, it really is. It was they weren't beating their competition, and they got really pissy about it. Instead of fixing things, they just got pissy about it. Is basically what happened. So, not my job.
No, it's a silly situation, honestly. But yeah,
really
I
is.
get you.
I'm really happy that things are changing and they're going in a better direction, and it's more catered towards Canadians than it was. And I think the other problem is more catered towards Americans, which Canadians aren't Americans.
Right.
We're Canadians. We're different. We look for different things.
Yeah.
That's not rocket science either. It's just like they came in here really not thinking right. And Target did the same thing when they came here. They came in and bought a bunch of companies. They bought out a company and opened a ton of stores. I mean, like hundreds within the first 2 years. And they couldn't get the same stuff into Canada as they could get in the States. And everyone wanted to go to Target to buy the stuff that they could buy in the States. But for whatever reason, they couldn't sell it here or sell it for a good price. So within 5 or 6 years, they folded and left. For what, like, it was just like, you didn't test the waters. You came in like a wrecking ball, while Walmart, which is the closest equivalent to Target here, slowly worked their way into Canada, figured out what worked, what didn't work, what they had to change, what they could, and they tested the waters so they could figure out how they could make the market work instead of what Target did, which was, and every time an American company always comes in like that, they always fail. Because they always have the mindset that this is America. It's like, no, it's Canada. And it is
Right.
different, guys. So,
Right.
and yeah, as much as we're very similar to America, there is, of course, our differences between the two countries. So, it is.
Right. No, the economical operations in Canada are not the same as the United States. I completely understand that.
And
I'm not even in business, and I understand that.
and the laws are different even here. Like Americans can get away with more in the States than they can here. We have way stricter laws for how employers are to treat their employees, how employees are to treat their employers. Like there's very stricter rules, and there's stricter on how you can let someone go. About the hours you can give someone. Like there's just way more protection for your employees here than there is in the States, and I think that's the other problem that they don't realize too.
Right.
So, which is good. Yeah, the whole, like, in Canada you don't have to give a 2 weeks notice to your employer. It is highly, you should do it as an ethical reason. You don't give them time to replace, but they cannot let you go without giving you a minimum of 2 weeks pay or 2 weeks to work.
Right. Well, I mean, you don't have to give a 2 weeks notice here in the States either.
No, but they can also tell you you're done, and you're done.
Yeah. No, it's just the way you said that made it sound like you thought no. 'Cause, yeah, you don't have to.
No, but I meant,
I've left jobs.
yeah, so have I. I've left a job. I've left a couple jobs where I was, but in Canada, you can't do the whole you're done, no severance package. You're just an hourly worker anyways, and there's really no recourse. While in Canada, you have to give them 2 weeks worth of pay, or make them work the 2 more weeks. But if they decline to work those 2 weeks, you don't have to pay them because you declined it.
Right.
That's it. Hey,
And like I
PA.
said, you're just an hourly worker. I got fired from a job that was salary. So, I mean,
Yeah, and yeah, in Canada, it's pretty much all of Canada is very similar, where we don't have the states thing where each state has its own laws. Like even like there are different laws for each province, but for the most part, it's pretty similar across the board. You don't have the extreme differences between the provinces like you do in the states. Like I've heard some different laws that are significant between the states, and I'm like, I would never want to leave the state that I grew up in, because you got so many laws you gotta learn and change and know the differences. No wonder people like break the law without knowing they're breaking the law. It's hard to tell which state has which law.
yeah.
Yeah, but again, it is called the United States of America. It's supposed to be individual states reign themselves, so it makes sense. And we're called Canada. There's no United.
Sure,
in it.
makes sense.
And we're called Canada.
We're called Canada.
Has no unite of anything. We have
We're
a
named
giant.
after
We're actually named after a small village.
No, you're named after Canada Dry.
No, Canada Dry is made of Canada.
No, you're named after Canada Dry.
I mean, it is some good ginger ale, so I would agree that it's pretty good.
It makes sense.
I had a job I hated and had 2 weeks of vacation occurred, so I requested it off. And the first day of my vacation, I sent an email my 2 weeks notice, and that could not stop me. Yeah, it does sound like something PA would do. I think I know which job he did that to, too.
Nice.
I mean, that's 2 weeks notice.
It is.
When I worked at Walmart, I gave my 2 weeks, and then conveniently, my car actually broke down on my last, 2 days or 3 days. So it's like, well, I guess I'm done. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't get there, you can't get there.
Right.
You know how I said I had 2 more days? Yeah, I'm kind of done today because my car broke down and it's going to take a couple days to get it fixed. So, ya, bye. It's fine. It's Walmart. No one cares about Walmart anyways.
I'll say it was Walmart. It wasn't like they didn't have you replaced already.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It was Joe that worked next to you.
Oh, okay. So we'll only have 2 registers open. Got it.
Yeah. I mean, they're trying to get away from the register thing. Did you hear what they did in Louisiana?
No.
So they had the checkout open, and they had 1 cashier. No one used the self-checkout. They all just stood in line for that 1 cashier to prove a point of saying they want their they want cashiers.
Walmart here just doesn't have cashiers.
Yeah. Well, they were trying to prove that they didn't want that there. That they wanted
That's fair.
actual cashiers. I go through the self-checkout, but we do have 3 or 4 cashiers here, and they do get used a lot here. But for me, I'm like, I don't have to talk to people, and I can just scan it myself. Yeah, I'll do it.
I literally only go through self-checkout
I do go through
because I'm an
sometimes.
antisocial git and I hate people. So
Self-checkout's becoming more and more prevalent here, so.
I just don't like people because I got that even whenever I worked at Walmart, and we had a couple self-checkouts, or no self-checkouts. We had express lanes. And I just don't like it whenever they would go through the line and then complain to the cashier about it. It's like, cool, I can't do anything to change this. Please stop.
Why was the line so long? We don't have anyone else who can do registers.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Genius.
just I've had enough negative experiences with cashiers to just make it to where I don't want to go through lines. I would just rather do self-checkout.
Yep.
That's just how I am.
No, I'd see at Walmart self-checkout all the way, because those people don't want to be there. But, I was a cashier for a long time. I always tried to make it as pleasant as I could for the people. I know they don't want to wait in line.
Right.
But, the last cashier job was a hardware store, so, you also had to, make sure that there was something else, 2x4s and stuff that they needed to order, because you had to go out the yard for that. So, there's stuff where you need the cashier to help you, and making sure, asking the right questions of, are you sure that's everything you need? Did you remember your nails? Did you remember all this stuff? And I've actually had a few times where people are like, oh, shoot, you're right. Okay, I'll be right back. I go grab those nails. Or whatever. You save them the run to come back sometimes, and it's just eat. I've had that happen a few times. So it's just did you grab everything you need? You're making sure you have everything? Perfect. We're good. No, you forgot that. Go grab it. I'll keep bringing up what you need here. By the time you get back, we should have it all in the bag for you, too. So sometimes it's just small stuff like that can make it so dealing with the cashier is okay. But there are people who just don't care about their jobs. And that you can tell that.
Right. My last job where I was a cashier or worked with the public in general was Blockbuster. Well, no, I guess technically ISPN, I did take calls.
Yeah.
But
Really
that wasn't really working with public. I mean, it was calls from the public, but it wasn't dealing with the public because I never saw these people.
Yeah.
Which made it 1,000 times worse because whenever people think they're anonymous, things. Yeah.
People
Anyways,
are more assholes when they're anonymous.
Yes.
Absolutely.
But I guess my last public-facing job was Blockbuster, and being a cashier at Blockbuster was pretty chill.
Yeah.
Because one, we rarely got busy, and two, the hardest part of the job was putting shit back on the shelf. Yeah, I got stock movies and PA knows Blockbuster. He used to work there too. Not the same one, obviously, but he used to work there as well. That job was just, it was mind-numbing, to be honest. It was fine, talking to people about movies and stuff, and they were like, hey, you can check out up to 10 movies a week and keep them for 2 weeks and have 20 movies out at a time. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I watched some of the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life while working there.
That was a good time.
It was. Nothing like staying up till 2 watching these ridiculously old movies that made no sense.
Did you have to rewind the DVDs?
No, we never rewound the DVDs. Anyways,
Why you gotta make fun of me?
I think the hardest part of being the cashier though was like actually doing the cashier job was talking to people like whenever they have a movie out and they never return it.
Oh, so you
like,
have?
Like, I want to check out this movie. You have late fees of $75 in your account. Well, can I just pay him next time?
No.
I don't care. It's like, Jason, can you come override this transaction? You have $75 in late fees. Yeah, I'll pay him next time. Okay. Done. All right, have a nice day. Enjoy your movie. And see him next week. It's like, you have $95 of late fees on your account? I'll pay him next time.
Fair. Oh, frig.
And we wonder where they went wrong.
Yeah. Well, and the late fees got, like, ridiculous. Like, there should be a cap on the late fees, too. Like, just to the point where the movie, like, how much the movie cost. So,
there
like...
was. Yeah, there was.
Okay. I don't think there was originally. Back, like, way back in the day.
Whenever I worked there, the late fees, they wound up for, I think, 12 days. And then after the 12 days, you were just charged off the price of the movie.
That's fair.
So it was like, after 12 days, you got like a $20 charge on your account. And it was for every movie. But the only thing is, the one place where the late fees did not have a cap was video games, because those things were $60 at release.
Yeah.
So typically it was, I guess there technically was a cap, because I think they had like the same 10-day policy, because they were 5-day rentals, and if you kept it for 10 days, you got charged the price of the game plus $10.
Oh, so $70.
Yeah, well, because it had to be replaced.
Yeah, yeah. And
movies, Blockbuster had these like agreements with the production companies where we got, if we typed in a number, we could get a copy sent to the store. We didn't care. Video games, there wasn't that agreement.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the store actually bought them at cost. We bought them at cost. It was $60 for the store. That's why they were so anal about them.
The video games, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most likely. Because, the video games never had the agreement that the movies did. I knew that about the industry in general, so for whatever reason. But they didn't want them to be rented. They wanted them to be bought. I think it was the biggest reason.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, yeah, because we talk about the bad parts of the video game industry all day. It's a very money hungry. It's a very money hungry industry.
Yes.
But it's always been that way. So yeah, like I said, because I remember that the store got the games at cost. So like I said, every copy we had cost Blockbuster $60. So that's why we always charged more than the price of the game if you kept it, because
you got to replace it, and then you want your revenue from it too, right? So
right. So
that makes complete sense.
It's just silly stuff. What's up, Alternative?
Welcome Alternative Night. My favorite place to buy used games though was from the rental stores, because you always got a really good deal from them when they went to go get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
There was a small rental store in the little town we lived, and if you were going to rent if you wanted to rent video games, you had to give them a $100 deposit. It was basically so if you kept a game, they could replace it. But as long as you never really used it, you can get that $100 back when you close the account. So we got the $100 back when we close that account.
Like PA said, I missed the 4 for 20 or 3 for 25. Yeah, they had the 4 for 20s and then the 3 for 25 on the newer ones. We have a ton of movies we've never watched because of that.
Fair. And now, yeah, everything's kind of changed. The renting movies thing has pretty much died out, I think, at this point. It's all online stuff now.
Well, like, even Netflix is shutting down their DVD rental service.
Finally.
Except for Redbox, like...
Do you guys still have Redboxes?
Yeah. And I see people at them frequently.
Really? I thought they were dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they came into Canada and then very quickly left. They did not last very long here. Well, because it was like just as Netflix was really starting to take off, so it just they never got the foothold in that they did in the States. So people kind of got used to, you go to Walmart and buy your chips and stuff and then go outside and buy the movies that you were going to watch that night. And that was never a thing here. So, more Bob. Before you went into Walmart, and then if you can find what you wanted, you go into their DVD section and you buy the other one that you wanted. Walmart still carries a ton of DVDs here.
Yeah, same here.
And CDs.
Not so much.
Does anyone buy CDs anymore?
Yes, I do.
For your
We
car?
have other places that sell CDs though that we get them from, like vintage stock,
Yeah.
places like that.
Secondhand stores.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
But no, my car has Bluetooth now.
Now it has the Bluetooth.
Yeah, my Prius does.
Yeah, fair. I mean, I hope so.
So-
My 98 does.
But my 2013 Sentra didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But no, but Nissan wasn't like Toyota always gets made fun of for being the company that has the cars that are behind the times.
No,
I'm like my 2013 Prius has okay.
No, you know what? My roommate owned, I think it was 3 Nissans, and I do not like the dashboard that they have or anything. Like we owned a Hyundai Accent and the Charger we have now, and I like the screen and everything. It's way better. I like it better. The Nissan one I didn't like. And he went through 3 different ones, and they all had the same thing, and I'm like, this just feels meh for some reason. I'm not sure what it was that I didn't like about it. I only drove it like twice, any of them really, and I never put my finger on why I didn't enjoy it, but I didn't like the way. I really love the Accent. Kind of wish I had it still, but I mean,
I liked my 2013 Sentra, but the reason I got rid of it was because, and I've mentioned this before to you, probably on stream, was that the transmission had issues.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't do anything about it.
Of course not.
I got to a point where, like, because it started slipping, and I'm like, okay, it is slipping, and they're like, well, we can't see the problem. It's not slipping whenever we drive it. And I'm like, okay, let me drive with your tech. And the tech was in it, and I was driving, and he was like, yeah, that slipped pretty hard. I'm like, yeah, that's what it does all the time. And it was like, oh yeah, it had a not a recall, but like a TSB, so we actually did an upgrade to the computer, and it started slipping worse. And I'm like, nope, I'm done. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it got worse with their updates. And I'm like, I'm done.
No, I'm done. Bye.
So I traded it into a... Who was McCarthy? They weren't even a Toyota dealer. Chevy? I traded my Nissan into a Chevy dealer for a Toyota.
I can't... Oh, I mean... Frig. I've seen... I saw a Toyota dealership that has this really nice Golf on, and I'm like, why do you have this Golf?
Yep, so Max just said it was the CVT transmission. Nissan CVT transmissions are terrible. That's the thing. Like, whenever I bought the car, it had no problems whatsoever. It was a fantastic car. it worked great. It didn't have the transmission slipping issues. But then they started doing their recalls like, oh, hey, we had a problem with this, and they did their computer upgrades, and as soon as they started doing that, it started slipping hard.
Okay.
And
which is weird.
it would get to a point where if I was on an uphill and I had to stop, if I hit the gas pedal at any point, the tires would spin before it went, no matter how hard I hit it.
Yeah, that's not good. That's really not
No,
good. And that, of course, it was an automatic.
Right. Well, because it was CVT. CVTs are non-gear transmissions. They're belt-driven.
Okay.
So what that means is there's no shifting. The belts just do different things, kind of thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which it's a cool technology in theory, but Nissan just cannot seem to implement it appropriately.
Interesting.
Appropriately.
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 Close enough. It's
They
appropriate.
can't implement it like the Pope.
Nope, we can't.
Pope knows his transmissions. It's crazy.
That's what he does. He helps with God and helps with their transmissions.
He's a man of many talents.
Exactly.
But no, so I got rid of that, and now I have my 2013 Toyota, and
Yeah, you've had that Prius for years.
I have since 2016.
Yeah.
It'll be paid off in 3 months.
Nice, actually. That's awesome.
Exciting.
It is exciting because I've never had I've owned, older cars that I didn't have to pay money for, but I've never had a newer car that I was able to pay off. So
we actually paid off the Neon before she died, so she was fully paid off. It was our first car and got paid off.
and then it died.
Well, yeah, because I crashed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
When did this? That's not a recent thing.
That's when we first moved here. I ran a stop sign, and because I couldn't see it, and hit a guy. No one got hurt. Everyone's okay. I wasn't going that fast. But yeah, he got T-boned. No one was in the car. My car did not run anymore after that. So we got $2,000 actually for doing that. We would not gotten that much if we traded her in. So we actually got more out of her wrecking her.
Oh God.
Yeah, no. If we traded her in, we probably would have got like $1,000 if we were lucky.
I knew what you meant, but it was like,
Yeah,
I
that
got
was
$2,000 for hitting a guy.
Right?
Pretty much. And now if my exact quote is, do not touch my Cavalier, do not touch it, don't stay away from it, do not hit this car, I will end you, because I only have I do not have collision on it. I have basically if I hit someone I'm covered, but I don't get a car in replacement. Because she's not worth anything. She's not even worth $1,000.
I couldn't do that. I'm probably going to keep my full coverage after I pay off my car.
Oh, we kept that on the
Honestly, why
Neon.
not?
No, your car's worth more. This car isn't worth $1,000. Blue Book. It's all about how much the Blue Book says it's worth. And since this is a 98, when I was talking, she's like, you wouldn't even get $1,000 for the car. So there's no point of having collision on it. But even if the Charger was fully paid off, we would still have collision on it, because we would still get a significant amount of money out of it. It's about how much you're paying for your insurance to how much you would actually get out. And again, we got $2,000 for the Neon because it had collision on it. Well, if I didn't have that, I would have just lost my car and been done with it. It would have been the end of that.
Fair point.
So, but that's, you pay your insurance just in case, because weird stuff happens. I've had people, I went to turn and someone turned into my lane. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm on the far right one over, or far left. Why are you turning into the far left one? Go over, you fat ass.
People do stupid shit like that here too, trust me.
Yeah, I'm just like, go away. Don't touch my car. I know it looks like a rust bucket, but it's my rust bucket. With no muffler.
Fair point. That's a thing.
It has a muffler, it just doesn't work anymore because it's all rusted through.
I need to get mine fixed. I have my undercarriage, the cover's been busted for a while.
Yeah.
So my Prius makes a very loud rattling noise whenever it runs. It sounds like it's gonna die, it's not. But it's just a nonstop rattling noise, because whenever I was downtown one time, I ran over a very large rock that came off of a gardening truck.
Yep. Oof. Yeah.
And it unclipped the shield on the bottom, so it's I have the loudest Prius.
You got the loudest Prius, and I got the loudest Cavalier.
Fair point.
You can totally hear when I'm coming. It's really funny. My joke is, if you hit me, you definitely heard me coming. So, you were definitely in the wrong. You can hear me for like 2 blocks away. It's like, oh, there's the Cavalier again.
This is your fault, and you can't deny it.
Nah, we just make a lot of jokes about the car. It's fine. I didn't pay anything for the car. I'm not complaining in any way. The car was completely free. I don't care if it's rusted. It still runs. It's got oil leaking into the starter that still somehow works. It's leaking transmission.
Not for long.
No, it's been running like that for 3 years since I had it. It's been running for 3 years like that.
Is
To
impressive.
be
To be
honest, they
with
are
you.
quite shocked that starter is still working. They said we would change it, but it's not going to have any warranty. I'm like, don't worry about it. When it stops working, it stops working. We'll figure it out from there.
So I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little shocked at that fact.
No, yeah, no. Yep, I don't know how the starter still works. It should technically be dead, but it still works. It is a Cavalier. Those things refuse to die. Yes, it's true. At least I didn't spend a bunch of money on an expensive car like a Ferrari.
Bro, my most expensive car was my 2013 Prius, not Prius, Sentra, and no, my Prius was used, and I like it because it was used, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. It's just like I won't spend that much money on a car again.
We've never bought a brand new car. The Neon was used, the Accent was used, the Charger is used, and of course the Cavalier is used. So we've never actually owned a brand new car off the lot.
If you want to talk about people who get lucky with newer cars, talk about patience.
Patient.
Bruh.
Her little Chevy Spark that they gave to her for less than 10K.
Had 2,700 miles on it.
Uh-huh. And it's fully covered bumper to bumper for, what is it, 2 years past the life of the loan?
Yeah.
Damn. That's
She
nice.
pays, you pay what, like 200?
250.
250 a month?
Yeah.
That's nothing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she got off so easy with that car, it's insane.
It's just, it was good timing. Like,
It was.
Yeah, they just wanted to get rid of it, didn't they?
Yeah, because it was a Nissan dealer with a Chevy.
yeah.
Fair.
And it's like, we found it on the website, and we came in, and the guy is like, yeah, what are you guys interested in? The 2018 Chevy Spark on your website. Oh, got it.
You want that? Sure, yes, please take it.
I drove it around the block, and he was like talking about all the bells and whistles. I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
It has manual locks and windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
In a
it's an amazing
2018?
little car. Yeah, it's a 2018.
Yeah, 2018, and I got it in late 2019.
And it has manual locks and windows?
Yeah.
Wow.
But again,
Oh,
the
no.
car cost her less than $10,000, and again
Yes.
has a bumper to bumper full warranty.
No.
That covered.
That completely makes
Has
sense.
it
It's
back?
just, it's weird. I didn't think they made any cars after like 2015 that had any of that stuff in it anymore.
I was surprised too.
Has a backup camera. So
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
this is weird.
Manual windows and a backup camera.
I love it.
I love it.
Oh, and it also has the Android thing where I can do the GPS on my screen. So there's a lot of electronic to it, which was good because that's all covered in the warranty where I only have to pay like, what, 50, 100 or something like that?
It's $100.
Yeah.
If anything major or minor, like if the camera breaks, it's $100 and it's replaced, with no questions asked.
Damn, that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, now picturing this little car with manual locks, manual windows, with with all like the tech in the front of it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, I've had all my cars are manual windows with manual locks and all that stuff. The Neon was like that, and so was the Cavalier. The Accent had all the fancy stuff. And every time I get up, make sure you lock the door. Every time.
Yep.
Because no one's used to it anymore. I'm like, make sure you lock your door. Even with the person who gets a ride with me every day, I'm like, make sure you lock your door. because I know just no one's used to it anymore.
Yeah.
So I bet you have to do the same thing. If you give anyone a ride, make sure you lock your door.
I forget to lock the door constantly.
Yeah, I look over and I'll have to tell him to lock it or do it myself or something.
So
Yeah.
I have the beep beep. So
Yeah, I don't have the beep beeps. I have a remote on
Me
my
neither.
remote. I have a remote, but it's for my garage.
See, that's why it was so funny because it's like they said it's like, oh, well, we need to make you a second key too. It's like, okay, that's fine. And the key that I have, it's not really a key. It's like inverted because it's like just a bar. It doesn't have the point at the end, and it kind of has the indentation. It's really bulky at the top. It's like, okay. So we were driving around because we were over in that area because we don't live far, but we don't live close to where we got it.
right.
So we were in his car and we took the keys up there to get it, and it's like, okay, here you go, and because they had to make a copy of it, he's like, where's your car? I was like, we didn't drive it. He said, well, I need the car to make a copy of the key. It's like, even the key's got an electric part to it, and it's like, what the heck?
So it's a safety feature. It's got a chip inside of it, so they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a fully programmed.
Even my 2005 Dodge Neon had a chip in it. In the
I
key.
did not expect that.
Yeah, so that's why it's more money. Well, the Charger, or not the Charger, the Cavalier, make me keys. You got a chip? No, there's no chips. Just make the keys. You're fine. I'm so old school. I have the double key thing where I have one for the doors and one for the ignition. They're two different keys.
Yeah, that's how my PT was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, frig. It's so funny. And one of them has a slight squish, and I know that's the ignition key, and one's solid, and I know that's the door key. Literally, I squish my keys every day, going, okay, that's this one. Okay, that's this one, because that's the only difference between the two. They look exactly the same. Besides that, so
Yeah.
you gotta learn your differences between your keys.
I don't even technically have a key. There is a key to it, but the key only unlocks the door.
Yep.
It's inside the remote. I have a keyless.
Yep. Yeah, you have the flip over key thing where if your door for whatever reason doesn't lock, you can still get into it.
It doesn't even flip over. I have to actually hold. There's like a little button I have to push on the side that the key actually pops out.
Yeah.
It doesn't do the floop thing?
No,
Nope.
it's a completely separate item.
Oh.
It pulls out like a sword from a sheath kind of thing.
Oh, you got one of those. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Neon has, or not the Neon, the Charger has the switchblade kind, which
Those are cool,
I
too.
play a lot with.
Yes.
It's too much fun.
Understandably so.
Yeah, they're so much fun. Yeah, no, yeah. The accent was nice. I still miss that accent. That accent we turned in to get the Charger. I'm like, I wish we kept the accent. It was a little hatchback accent, and it was so cute, and I loved that car. But I guess we got the Charger.
You sound a little bitter. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, now, okay, I went from driving a really nice accent to a really old rust bucket, so I'm really like, but one of them is completely free, while the other one cost me a lot of money, so, I mean, yeah, I get it. But, yeah, no, it's just, I told Bill that if we ever were going to get me a car again, I would just get something cheap and, like, not care about it, because I drive quite a bit every day to work, so I just want something that we don't care about, that's easy to fix, which is why the Cavalier's so easy. It's super easy to fix those Cavaliers.
Right.
So, but it was just something easy to fix, and we don't care about the mileage on it, and we don't really care about the car, because I'm going to we went almost through the insurance on it in 1 year, with how much I drive it. Yeah. Because it's just so much. You have 5 years or so much mileage, and I was like just about at the mileage already. I think we said about halfway through the year I would have been over the mileage on that car, which is why I don't drive the Charger, because we don't want to put the mileage on it, because we want to keep it, and he barely drives it, so. Yeah.
That's crazy though. That's a lot of miles.
It is a lot of miles, but I don't mind it because it's an easy drive. I basically leave my house, go down the street a little bit, and then I'm straight onto the highway, and then my work is like right off the highway. So it's long, but it's an easy drive.
Right.
So it's just My one of my coworkers actually comes to my house every day, and I give her a ride to work because she lives a little bit more south than me, and she doesn't have a car yet, which she's trying to fix. But so she just gets a ride here.
That's sensible.
So this stream's just about over. Was there anything you want to mention about your channel before we head off?
No.
No? You don't want to talk
at this point, I don't really need to plug myself, do I? I mean,
you can still plug yourself if you want to. I'm giving you the option.
I was just saying, like, you know me, they know me, I know me. I don't know me. Who am I?
Know me.
I don't know. You're a raven, I guess.
I do stuff. I read stories. I don't know. Whatever.
Whatever.
You will be having a story going live later today, and then you do have every Monday, a glitch in the Matrix goes live every day. So if anyone...
And then every Wednesday it's random stuff, and then every Saturday it's typically random stuff.
Yep. I was just going to point that one out because a lot of people that are on my channel also like Glitch in the Matrix, so if they want to listen to more of them, they can check out your channel, which all your links are down below in the description in case anyone here hasn't seen you or listened to you yet, just in case.
For sure.
There you go. I did the plug for you.
Well, thank you. I was just saying, like, at this point, like, I've been on your channel how many times?
I know, but it's still, I've also grown quite a bit since the last time you've been on my channel, so it's just a good thing just in case people want to check you out. And I mean, you are a lot bigger than me, but there's still a chance we might find someone. And then tomorrow for my channel is going to be part 2 of Into the Labyrinth, and it's the final part. So yeah, that's good. I gotta go finish that today for us. So
be sure to check that out because it's the final part of a 2-part series. It's important to know how it ends.
Yes, and actually the next collab that I'm doing is a 3rd part to a series that I did not know had 3 parts. I knew it was 2 parts. I didn't know it was actually 3. Yeah, when I got to the end of it, I was like, actually, this other story he had, this is actually part of it too. So it's actually a 3-part series. So I gotta kind of get that together too. So, but I got everyone lined up for that. I don't think you're in it actually. So I try not to call on to you because I know how busy you are. You're a workaholic.
I mean, a lot of people say that. And that ends up with me just not being parts of collabs just because people think I'm too busy for it.
I mean, I can ask you more. I mean, I do come to you when stuff happens. It also leaves that door for when I accidentally do things.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm saying I'm always around. I'm literally always here. I don't...
Fair. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.